Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Sinitra Tami, and today I wanna share my opinion about the importance of cross-cultural understanding. So the first is my opinion about the importance of cross-cultural understanding in modern business, especially for Gen Z. Cross-cultural understanding is really needed at this time, especially in modern field of business for Gen Z, because many young people have different backgrounds. These differences in background mean that we must understand the diversity. This is very important for several reasons. First, in running a business, we will definitely meet various kinds of consumers who have different backgrounds, and we can treat or provide services to consumers correctly and in accordance with the consumer's culture. If we treat consumers equally, there is a possibility that some of them will feel offended or even dissatisfied with our service. Second, when we want to do market research, is it is necessary to understand the cultural diversity among consumers or target market so that the products we want to sell or the service we provide are appropriate and do not go against existing culture in this way the products we sell and buy will be also applies when we want to develop our modern business where we also need new investor to help with the process of developing our business. And in this case, we also need an understanding of the cultural background of the investor with whom we will work together so that we know how to communicate without fear of offending or against a culture that is becoming the background of our investors. And then the second is about the factors which may cause cultural misunderstanding. So there are three factors, in my opinion. The first is about the accent. So the way we speak, such as the intonation we use when communicating, can cause cultural misunderstanding between peoples. For example, in Indonesia, the speaking accent of the Batak people use a hard intonation and seems rude. But for some people, this might seem impolite and like they want to pick a fight. And however, for the Batak people, this reflects their firmness in speaking and avoiding not hearing a word when pronouncing sentences. And this is very different from the dialect or accent of Central Japanese people, where most of them have softer, slower, and less powerful speaking tone. And for Japanese, a tone like this considered a form of politeness, shyness, and also respect for other people. And however, if Batak people and Central Japanese communicate with each other dialect and use their accent, the Japanese will think that the Batak peoples are angry with them. And this will also happen to the Batak peoples, the way they view the Japanese accent, which is considered to be lacking in energy, weak, and lazy. So this can indeed give rise to cultural misunderstanding. And then the second is about individuals' habit that can also cause cultural misunderstanding. An example is the habit of greeting Indonesian with Americans. Indonesian tends to make small talk when greeting someone on the street, and even seems to want to get to know themselves. So on several occasions, they even say hello, inviting the person to stop by at their house for a while and also offering food. If someone isn't a close person, Indonesians tend to make small talk by asking things that don't really need to be asked. For example, asking when they are getting married, having a boyfriend, and even plans to have children. And this is very different from the habits of Americans who don't really like small talk. They will only tend to greet someone while offering one or two short compliments such as "Oh, your hair is nice, your shoes are nice," and so on. And this will give rise to a cultural misunderstanding between those two cultures. American will think that Indonesian tends too much in other people's business. They want to know much about people business, and even people they have just met on the road. And Indonesian themselves will also think that American seems arrogant, less friendly, because they use a lot of short compliments and don't chat much. And then the last factors is the beliefs of each peoples that can also cause cultural misunderstanding. For example, not everyone is born with the ability to use their right hand actively in activities. If that person then mixed with the people who are Muslim, for example, then those people who are Muslim will think that this person is very impolite and think that this person is um, against the religion rules. And then this also the same as the prohibition in Islam regarding the eating pork. For some people who have different religions, they will definitely feel strange and wonder about the reason for this prohibition. However, for a Muslim, this has becoming something that they must obey and must not against. And then the last opinion is about the example of cross-cultural understanding in modern business that we can find in everyday life, including online and offline business settings. So the example for the online business, we can find this cross-cultural understanding in the business of logos making for company brands. So logo makers will consider the cultural background of the target market of the consumers who request the logo to be created. So the logo will reflect the cultural of the target market. This will be useful for the company to achieve the desired production and also sales target even in the process of the company expansion. And we can also find the cross-cultural understanding in offline business, such as in sales, seller who want to offer their product. When the salesperson want to offer their product to a woman or society in the villages, the salesperson will use more polite, subtle language and even use the regional languages. And this is very different with the sales people or person when they offer their products to a housing complex. So the sales person may tends to make offers from one door to another using Indonesian, which is generally used by people in those complex. So I think that's all from me, and thank you.